Happy Wednesday, good people. It is the 10th month of the year. Time, like 2025 has somewhere to be apparently, because what is going on? I feel like I just sat down and filmed my 2024 recap and gave you guys the whole rundown of last year. And now we're about to do it all over again. Like, really? Like, really? So it's October and it's fall around here. Had to put air quotes on that because not really. If you know Florida, it won't get cold here. I say here as in the whole state. It won't get cold in Florida till about January. I give it January. This January, though, for me at least, was exceptionally cold because we had this historic, record-breaking winter storm Enzo come through the panhandle, and oh my word, I had never seen so much snow in person, like near me, on me. Like, it was so weird, but it was so cool to experience that in Florida, like out of all places. But living in Florida, summer definitely gets annoying, very, very annoying. So when we hit those temperatures where it's actually 70s in the mornings and 70s in the evenings, man, we treasure it because like that's fall for us. Like, that's our little dose of fall for the day. But if it's not morning time, early morning time, or in the evenings where it's like dark in the middle of the day, scorching. So like I said, we definitely enjoy our Goldilocks temperatures when we get them. This summer and every summer, it's just, we're known for it. Our summers are just incredibly, unbelievably scorching. If I could have the power of Jesus that he gave to the Hebrew boys in that fiery furnace, oh, I'd be undefeated, guys. Speaking of Bible references, that is a perfect segue and intro into Bible study. I haven't put any Bible study or Sunday morning service highlights in for my second church in a hot minute. And I promise that is not intentional, you guys, but sometimes we just got to switch it up, and that's not a bad thing. Really, the main thing is vlogging time and just getting out weekend recap at a decent, reasonable time. So sometimes that means that I'll just recap it in 5 minutes instead of doing clips and then talking about it. It just depends on my schedule and how much I want to edit and all that stuff. So that's really basically what's been happening. But I have always claimed House of Hope Atlanta, under the leadership of Pastor E. Dewey Smith Jr., to be my second church. I love having a home church where I serve, and then I also love having a second church where I just sit and watch and just I'm poured into. It's great to serve, but sometimes, every now and then, the servants need to be served. And so that's why I enjoy House of Hope, because I watch it before I go to my church, and it's a time for me to basically reconnect before I connect, if that makes any sense. Kind of doing a general overall recap, since it's been a while, for the Bible study series that Pastor Smith has been doing. It has been, what word do I use? I'd say transformative. I always love when Pastor Smith teaches because he breaks down the Bible in the most simplest ways that makes you feel like you're getting smarter and dumber at the same time, but in a positive way that makes you want a deeper understanding of these biblical concepts and principles. And then Pastor Smith just recently switched up Bible study from just being him teaching to now doing like panel discussions with his leadership, like his core leadership team. And oh snap, the format now, like I love both, but the panel discussions, I am here for it. Recently catching up with Bible study relatively from the past month and a half, it's been about how to identify and assess the wounded in our lives. Intense pressure and internal pride. That example comes from Exodus 2, using the example of Pharaoh. Then other factors from Numbers 12, talking about inconsistent partnership, interjection of preference, interference with God's plan, just all these things, infliction with God's plan, and intercession of a perpetrator. All these themes in the story of Moses centered around being wounded and hurt, and how they responded to that hurt and how God responded as well. Just the insight from looking at hurt in this way has been so powerful. It's been a powerful reminder and lesson that hurt shouldn't always be implied as bad or wasted time or a wasted event, but rather a chance to learn how to either do better or inspire others, and both at the same time, honestly. So that's kind of been a general overarching theme of what I haven't shared from House of Hope Atlanta Bible Study. Speaking of hurt though, I initially didn't talk about this situation for several reasons, just because I myself was hurt by something that happened. Now that I've definitely calmed down since then, I feel like I can speak on it with a clearer mind. So Joel Tudman is one of my favorite preachers ever. My parents and I actually visited the church where he was, at that time, assistant pastor of the Faith Center in Fort Lauderdale. Technically, the city is Sunrise, Florida, but it's within the parameters of Fort Lauderdale. I've always loved Joel Tudman before that, but seeing him in person was like, okay, like he's actually solid. Because it's different when you hear preachers online for so many years and then you actually go in person and you see them and their character and their mannerisms and their heart. And so when I went to the Faith Center and I actually heard Joel Tudman preach, I was like, okay, like stamp of approval. So with the knowledge that Joel Tudman was going to be soon handed the position of senior pastor, it's safe to say that the Faith Center became like another church, like House of Hope Atlanta is to me once Tudman got to the Faith Center and then became pastor, like I said, because I also enjoy his preaching style. House of Hope Atlanta is where I get the hymns, the tradition, and like the hardcore preaching. And then the Faith Center is where I get like the modern day, like my generation's kind of church vibe and hardcore teaching. And so it is the best of both worlds to go back and forth from. Joel Tudman was removed from his position as senior pastor of the Faith Center, and I have to say, I was outraged. I'm not even gonna lie, I was outraged. I remember sitting on my bed with my phone in my hand in pure silence and shock. My heart sank so bad. How do you let go of someone who uprooted their life on the other side of the country in Texas that was believed to be sent by God to carry this legacy and vision, grew the church to 2 services just to be senior pastor officially for only 5 months? I couldn't physically wrap my mind around that. But I had to keep reminding myself through the posts that I was seeing that none of this was wasted time, because lives were still changed, whether if it went this way or not. Fast forward now, after 6 weeks of him doing Bible study outside of the Faith Center, they will be launching a pop-up service on Sunday for their new church. Oh man, to see the way the Tudmans, both of them, have carried themselves even in such betrayal, manipulation, broken promises, and to see them rise out of that and build something that is completely their own that no one can take from them now. I got a good feeling we're going to be okay. It's green lights all the way, and I'm so excited for what's to come. In these past several weeks, Joel Tudman has been invited to preach a little bit of everywhere. I mean, there has been an uprising in his preaching engagements since he's been removed from this position. For instance, Brandon Jacobs' conference that he went to and preached at absolutely demolished it. And his sermons, like I said, at other people's churches have been just so good. The strength and integrity still shows even in that place. And it's so evident. And I respect it 100%. That is a very long overdue Bible study recap, in addition to how I felt about the whole leadership situation that has had me just in pure stun and shock. God knows what he's doing though, and the healing from this hurt has been so powerful to experience myself. And so those are my thoughts on this Wednesday. I'll check in tomorrow and we are definitely going to have some fun. What's up, guys? It's Thursday. My weekend has officially begun because, as I told you guys before, I have no classes on Fridays, so it's usually my work day, chill day, self-care day, whatever kind of day I want or need it to be is what Fridays have become. So that's been a good thing for me in this schedule. So hopefully next semester when I'm doing my schedule, we can continue that pattern because it's really been working out for me. Tonight is starting off great. For the weekend, it's going to be amazing. So hold on. First, I wanted to start with more of a heavy hitter before we get into all of the fun and good stuff. Kind of start with the heavy stuff and then progress forward into some lighter things. I guess dissect, if you will, something that has been on my heart and mind for a hot minute. I guess this is a life update, mini rant combined. I won't reiterate the complete full-blown A to Z situation again, just because I have spoken on it, I feel like multiple times since December 2024 when it happened. It happened actually right before I started filming December weekend recap. If you want to go back to Sunday, the first part of the vlog, it is there. However, if you want to stay here and hear it in simpler terms, I will make this as short as possible. Basically, I was contacted by the significant other of someone I considered like a friend, a brother, that eventually moved away. So, my friend that moved away, his significant other contacted me, got a hold to his Instagram account. Okay, for the record, I don't know the significant other, have never met them. Our communication when he moved changed from consistent to every other month, I'd say, or once a month, you know? So I had no clue of a relationship, a girlfriend. Had no clue. So all I know is that I am getting attacked by the significant other, boldly speaking on the behalf of him, telling me, oh, you can't contact him. Basically just got attacked is what I dealt with, honestly. So as you can imagine, such a pure shock and stage of rage. Just, I mean, shot through me. Here I am dealing with somebody who's controlling and most likely very, very insecure. For those who have been here a while and you're picking up and you're connecting the dots, you know it was a nightmare. Like, I know for a fact that if I was with somebody who treated my people like that and put words in my mouth that I never said, I'd be crucified. I know what it feels like to have my time wasted, also betrayed, manipulated, downplayed, all the things. So my tolerance is low, especially for when it comes to the people that know me and I know them. Eventually in February of this year, I feel like that's when I really settled in my heart and mind about what had happened. And I took you guys along that journey of getting through and over it. Because, I mean, once you've become settled after a situation like that, that means that you have taken energy, you have spent energy conditioning yourself to do and live life without that person. And it is a lot of emotional and mental work to do. Now you might ask, why is this a problem now? Okay, so December 2024 situation occurs. February 2025, I'm like, okay, I'm okay. Fast forward to September 2025, which was just a couple weeks ago. I get contacted by who I once called brother, apologizing for the whole situation and what had happened. And I forgave. I always want to be in the position to forgive because as a Christian, I believe that forgiveness is what God requires of us to be at peace with Him, ourselves, and others. So I did, but I still definitely feel this disconnect. A whole 9 months after this situation, there is still an ongoing connection with him and the significant other that contacted me. With all my people in general, I am going to support you in any way that I possibly can. Here's the thing about it. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. I'm not going to tell you who you can and can't be with. I can only hope that at least you're with somebody who treats you right and has significant or decent amount of respect for the other people in your life. But in this situation, can you guys just imagine how disappointed I felt? Like, it's harder, especially when you know that they can do better and they can make better decisions for themselves. and better choices. And it's just like, for me, like, you can't ask questions because it's complicated. Contact is limited because the control factor is still very much present, which is why I strongly believe that it took 9 months to hear something back. I kind of alluded to this earlier, but you guys know I need community. Like, I grew up with community, and for any reason a man leaves and then I have no one as well, rebuilding my life in 2 different ways is not what I want to be doing. The apology was given, I accepted it, but I accepted it without knowing the full extent of what's still going on behind closed doors, which changes things because it feels like further manipulation. An apology without making adequate, necessary change is manipulation. And with me, once you haven't been on the radar for quite a while, it just takes more energy and time to really fully trust again without reservation. I know I talk all the time about the beautiful friendships I have and the bonds and all that stuff, which I am so grateful for to have, especially in moments and situations like this. But this is also the side of friendship that does not get talked about, that is messy, like 100% messy. I feel like every single time I think of this situation or it comes to my mind, I just have to ask God to continuously keep me in the state of forgiveness. And sometimes in those moments of dissecting all over again, you think about the original situation to begin with, along with the new developments since regaining contact. Thoughts and words can get very wild. I do remind myself that I still have the most amazing best friends and close friends by my side. And it makes a difference when you have multiple strong bonds, when there's that one broken one. And it helps you put emphasis on where your focus should be, and just to let God work out all of the details of the other stuff that you have no control over. So that is where I have been in regard to life since last weekend recap is concerned. Like, the major biggest thing, it's just a tough place to be in though. This situation is so stupid and it's very sticky. You know, it's a very sticky place. The clarity on the motives, the clarity on the decisions and the choices that led to all of this, like, you can't ask about that, like I said, because contact is limited. And so with that, when you don't have all of the pieces of the puzzle, it's like, okay, let me not assume this, but it's like, well, you've had all this time to do something or say something about it. And so that's what makes all of this just a lot. I am very excited that was last month. It is now October and we are starting over. We're in the 4th quarter of 2025. These last 3 months are gonna be, I'd say, very personal, very sentimental, and very intentional. Now getting into the goods. Tonight, Dad and I are going to the fair. Mom is out of town at a weekend conference, and so Dad and I, we have the whole weekend together, which is nice. And plus next week is midterms, so I definitely need some decompressed time, but I'm actually not too stressed because I've been staying on top of homework, so we shall see. And also, I feel like my professors have put their schedules to where we've been taking some of our midterms early, so that's also been nice too. But anyways, next time y'all see me in the vlog, we're gonna be at the fair and it's going to be so much fun.
There must be like a noise ordinance now that's different, because like back when I was your age, like you could hear the music from the fair all the way at Center Avenue. Like you could.
Are you serious? That's crazy.
Here we go. Oh. Everything looks blurry and colory.
I told you. Happy Saturday. I never say this, but get unready with me. Like, I never say that ever. Anyways, yesterday was my work and chill day. It's been a busy semester for sure, and I am looking forward to fall break coming up next weekend and having a chance to reset and kind of slow down. This week I'm giving it my all so that next weekend I can chill for real, for real. I got a lot done yesterday though, so that makes me feel very much accomplished and happy. Reeling it back a little bit, the fair was fun on Thursday night with Dad. The fair is always dreamy though. It's perfect weather because it's October. Fair food always tastes good too. We brought home a funnel cake, and of course, there's always going to be reminders of memories though. This time last year, it was my best friends and I together at the fair, and now we're all in our different places for college, so lots of mixed emotions, but it was great overall. And this morning I got my hair done, which was some great self-care time. It was much needed and honestly overdue, so today was chill, another great day. However, I did not like the outcome of tonight's FSU football game. 2 losses in a row is absolutely ridiculous. Hopefully, we will recover our next game. They're starting to lose it a little bit, and it's not good. I mean, 2 losses in a row. Absolutely insane. I will say a little drain of the day was just my wisdom tooth or teeth that need to be removed. It's been hurting a lot this afternoon. It's been kind of hard to swallow, so I'm going to take some medicine and then take myself to bed so that I can get my tail up for church tomorrow because it's almost that time. Happy Sunday, guys. It is church day and my favorite day of the week. Hair is done and makeup is getting there. Still a work in progress, but we're almost done. Usually I am rushing on Sundays, but today is different in a good way because I'm on schedule, which is rare. As a church girl and also a hardcore music lover, gospel music is engraved and embedded into my entire life, heart, blood, and existence. Like, I am the car and gospel music is the gas. It keeps me going, and it is the soundtrack of my childhood and my life as a whole. And now being an adult, I just love the old classics. I appreciate them more, but I also love the new vibes, and I love a mix of old and new together. But sometimes you really do have to take it back to the classics because they still hit. Recently, not too long ago, Tim Bowman Jr. and Faith City Music did a gospel choir tribute. One of the songs they covered was Yes by Shekinah Glory. I have absolutely no words to describe how beautifully melodic that was. Let's check this out.
Lift your hands in this room and say, this is what I'm meditating on. Say, don't worry about your trials and tribulations. Just say, that's all he's requiring in the yes. Yeah. Somebody lift your hands and say, yeah. Say, yeah. My soul will say yes to the will and yes to your way.
Y'all, Tim and Faith City sung this with so much conviction, and it was so full of worship as well as emotion. I've definitely had this one on loop for a very hot minute, and in regards to what I shared with you guys on Thursday, this hits different. Giving God an answer of yes, especially when things look a little rocky and uncertain, is one of the most humbling experiences, and letting God know that you trust him even in a hard place. So that's how we're getting today started. I always feel like it's important to start your Sundays with church before you get to church. That time where you're just getting ready and it's just you, Jesus, and the playlist. It's in those times where I feel undefeated. And it's raining here at home, but listen, it's never a rainy day when you have the sunshine with you. If you know, you know. still Sunday, just darker and more chill compared to the fast-paced routine of getting ready on Sunday mornings. Today has been such a great day. My heart is beaming. I am overjoyed. I know I told you guys earlier in the vlog that Mom was gone for a weekend conference out of town. She made it back just in time for church, and her best friend, which is obviously one of my aunties, picked her up from the airport, and they just headed straight to church together. So service was good today. I just love First Sundays. Today was everything. It was so needed on all levels. Back in September weekend recap, I did kind of like a life update talking about the mental and emotional journey of my two best friends, sending them off to college. My two best friends are really more like siblings to me. My sister moved to New York and my brother moved to Alabama. I won't see my sister probably until Christmas because she's so far from home. Whereas my brother Bear, he comes home a lot more often because he's closer. He's the closest to me, at least. And so today we had some sibling time because he was in town at home. And when I say it felt so good, of course you have Snapchat and FaceTime where you see each other's faces, but nothing compares to that in-person interaction and just actually laying eyes on the people that you care about that you haven't seen in a hot minute. And with my brother and I, it's been 2 months. I told my brother, I was like, hey, I have missed you the past 2 times you have been home and I have not seen you. And I was like, I cannot do this to myself for a 3rd time. I was like, 3 strikes, I am out.
What about that FSU lost last night?
I fell asleep last night during the game while watching it.
It was pretty boring.
I was freaking bored. I was like, oh my god.
Yo, but your car parked where you hit my car. I'm not even close to your car, actually. Don't even worry. I'm not close to it. I'm pretty
Now
far.
you can come look in it in person. It's not raining.
Close.
We've come out of very emotionally and mentally heavy weeks. So just to dissect and debrief together, there's nothing like it. I can't describe what it was like. There's no words. My night, my day, my week has already been made. I'm so happy. So it was the perfect end to the weekend, but it was the perfect start to the week. So we are about to wrap up this very great day and night with a shower, take off this makeup, relax, and go to sleep. All right, y'all, it's Monday. I just finished economics and I'm now headed to statistics. I love when my professor gets done with the lecture early because that means I have more walking time to get to one side of the campus to the other because my economics and statistics classes are opposite sides of each other. So that's been an adjustment, but honestly, I love the walk. It has been great. It's definitely a nice reset from sitting in economics all the way through class, and then it's just the time to enjoy nature, the breeze, and just a nice little recharge, I should say, before going to my next class. So it's a nice mental reset. If you hear noises and machines in the background, that's what it is. There's construction going on. But anyways, it's midterm week, but 3 of my 4 professors have already managed to kind of give me my midterms early in a way. So that's cool or whatever. But for anyone who is feeling the ultimate stress of midterm season, I am hoping the best for you. I hope you do amazing. Happy Tuesday. Okay, so somehow from starting this vlog until now, it has been a great week. And then also this emotional roller coaster. It's been like so weird and so wild. I think Sunday was definitely that much needed reset to kind of get out of this fog from last week. I must say though, the one thing that is the most draining that's going on is more so physically than anything, but of course it trickles and creates this domino effect emotionally and mentally. Talked about this a little bit here and there since Saturday. All throughout the weekend, my wisdom tooth or teeth, I don't know, it's just been bothering me. Okay, I just know it hurts. There are certain seasons where here and there it would hurt for like a day, maybe 3 days max, honestly. Like there would be certain little seasons here and there of that, but compared to now, oh, it hurts all the time. And it's even so bad to the point where this side of my face is actually swollen. I can see it. My parents can see it. My godparents, like it's getting noticeable now, and people that see me all the time, like they notice when something's different. So of course that swelling is obvious to them. Basically, with that being said, I'm tired of looking like somebody punched me in the face so bad to the point where swallowing, talking, yawning, laughing, eating, drinking, smiling hurts primarily all the time at this point, basically. So what happened that kind of started it being this bad? I ate peanut butter on Saturday. That was like my midday snack before getting dinner with Dad, before watching the FSU game. That's really what aggravated it. And that's how it's gotten to this painful point, like really painful point. And they say, you know, don't eat crunchy peanut butter. And I'm like, I didn't. I don't even like crunchy peanut butter. It was the smooth kind. Anyways, I have an appointment scheduled, hoping that it can get moved up like faster to a closer date, because right now it's set for October 29th. So the faster we get this taken care of, the faster I can get surgery, get it removed, and recover. I've been doing some research, especially this past weekend, on what to do now, what to do when it gets time to get it removed and everything. So I've been doing a lot of research. I mean, ChatGPT, Google, all the things. I have been on the web, guys. I have two different plans though. When it comes to removal, either get it done on a Thursday after college so that I have all of that afternoon, then Friday, because I have no classes on Fridays, then Saturday and Sunday to recover. That's my first plan. If the surgery date is like while I'm still in classes. Next option, next plan in my head, the first week of Christmas break, so that I can knock it out before Christmas. By that time, my final exams will be over and done with. My best friends will either be getting done with their exams, close to finals at least, or in preparation to come home for the holidays. So I definitely want to be a functioning human being so that when they get there, like if our schedules work out, then we can do stuff together, because it has been, at that point it would be December, so 4 months at that point since the whole trio has been together. So if our schedules work out, I definitely want to be available to have some sibling best friend time. Knowing me, I probably won't like the idea of waiting until December, but out of the two options I've just mentioned, it would be more convenient. But I've got some remedies that are keeping me sane and going for the time being. But it's definitely getting worse, because it's not just my mouth and jaw, it's like pounding so much to the point where my whole side, like this whole side hurts, and I've been getting partial headaches, especially yesterday. I feel like yesterday was the start of those partial headaches. Today it's not as bad, and I feel better than yesterday, which is good. So prayers in this area are much appreciated. I am so looking forward to this consultation, because this has gotten out of control and out of hand, and it really can't be ignored at this point. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this somehow low-key yet semi-stressful week that has turned into another beautiful week. I'm looking forward to fall break this weekend, and I'm sure you'll get updates on that in the next weekend recap and on the rest of October's events and whatnot. But I love you guys so much, and I will see you next week.